Alright. Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's AttackonSamurott, bringing you all my week 1 recap for the SOS draft league for Little Cup, or the SOS Little Cup draft league. So, if you guys haven't seen my draft league review for the mons I picked for this draft league, the video will be at the top of the description for you all to, or actually the top of the video for you guys to check it out. But yeah, so as of this recording, week 1 technically started already. Well, to be honest, it started yesterday, but at the time of this game, I already played my opponent like a week in advance, so I didn't realize that that's what they were doing. I legit didn't notice or didn't know that they were starting a week later. But yeah, I already played my opponent. So this is this is week 1 against my opponent Kunki, coach of the Flying Dutchmans. So funny name, by the way. I like that name. So when I was looking at their draft for this week, or for week 1, I was just like, man, what am I gonna do? Because there were a couple things I was considering. I was considering Trick Room at one point, but then I thought about Munchlax, and I was just like, nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. So I was just like, you know what, man, Trick Room ain't it for this week. I'm just gonna go like balls to the wall offense, and that's what I did. So pretty much gonna be using like my most offensive monster to just out offense Kunki's. So pretty much how it came down to really with building for the first week of this draft league. But yeah, before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. On my way to reaching 500 subscribers soon. We are currently at 490 as of this recording. So I just want to say thank you guys for that. Really do appreciate that. We're 10 subs away from that 500 sub goal. And like I said, once we hit 500 subs, I will start streaming on Twitch. So be on the lookout for that. I gotta, legit with that, I gotta, actually talk to some people to get that set up. I need to talk to Jim. My boy Jim. Jimothy Cool. I gotta talk to him again, because I know he was talking to me about doing Twitch and whatnot. So I gotta talk to him about that a little bit later on. But, oh shit, what the fuck? Wait a minute, wait, hold on, that scared the fuck out of me. Oh shit. You know what? I'll let it rock. Why not? But anyways, for week 1, this is my team. Or this is what I picked for this week, or what I'll be using for this week. So we got Beatty, the Kabuto. We have Marijuana, the Snivy. We got Monkey Man, the Mankey. We got Diff, the Diglett. We got Die, the Dino. And we have Not, the Why Not. So Beatty is gonna be my rocker for this week. Gonna be able, honestly, Kabuto. The reason why I picked Kabuto is because there's a lot of different roles this thing can fill for my team. Again, be a rock setter, be a spinner, be a sweeper. It's got so many different tools it can do, and it makes it just so unique in that way. I think this might be a little too loud. Hold on. I do like this song though. I do like this because, bro, I would love to see Origins 2. I would love to see that someday. But in all honesty, you're probably never gonna get this. Anyways, let me go back. So, Kabuto's going to be the rocker for my team. Kabuto has a lot of different roles for this. Going to be able to burn things with Skull. It's got rocks to pressure stuff. Knock off for removing Eviolites, and Rock Blast is there for covering for Growlithe, and also covers for Fletchling for this team, or against that team. Honestly, all in all, it can still be a cleaner in itself anyway, just because of how aggressive Kabuto is against that team in general. Because Skull covers for a lot here. Knockoff just covers for everything else as well. And Rock Blast just hits those super effective hits, Growlithe and Fletchling, and also covers for everything else too. So it's not bad. Definitely not bad. That's why I wanted to use it for this week. But yeah, if this mon gets hit by anything, this weak armor is going to go off, and it'll be able to outspeed everything else here as well. So yeah, then we have Marijuana. So Marijuana's going to be Choice Scarf with Leaf Storm, Glare, Knockoff, and Aromatherapy. So basically using Snivy as kind of a cleaner in a way. It's got, with Leaf Storm, pretty much Snivy can just kind of rally through stuff with it. Even the resistant mons don't want to really take it on that well. So I don't really want to take too much from it. But yeah, especially if things get knocked off, then Snivy has a much easier time in cleaning up teams like these, or has a much easier time in cleaning up. But But yeah, it's better. It's better with ways to actually cover for its checks anyway. I'd say. So again, covering for the flying types, covering for the fire types is pretty much the key with using Snivy. Knockoff is there for removing the left or for removing Eviolite, and Glare is there for slowing down my opponent, so we can slow them down, which opens up for Monkey Man and opens up for Die and opens up for Diff as well. Aromatherapy is there to remove status from my team, so in case any of the monsters on my team get burned or anything like that, we can take advantage of that, or we can be able to remove a status. Then we got Monkey Man. So Monkey Man is pretty much a cleaner and a wall breaker at the same time. More of a cleaner, really. I'm running bulk up, close combat, acrobatics, and insurance. So basically, I'm using this as a way to basically I'm using it as a sweeper. With bulk up, we're able to take some hits on the physical side as well. Close combat's going to be there to cover everything on that team. Acro covers for Pumpkaboo. It also covers for I think there's another mon that covered for it too, but I think I was mainly worried about Pumpkaboo at the time. Yeah, it was only Pumpkaboo I was worried about at that time. Well, that and another mon, which is why I have assurance here. Because at the time that my opponent had that draft, they actually had they had Galarian Yamask on that team or on that draft, and they dropped it for Hippopotas. So that definitely made things a little bit easier on me. But yeah, I had assurance for it, but since there was no since it wasn't there, I didn't really need to worry about it. It also covered for Pumpkaboo as well, but Acro just hits it much harder anyway. So yeah. Basically, we would set up with this thing on a physical attacker. They would hit us. They activate Berry Juice. Then we just start acroing everything. So that's the whole idea behind Monkey Man with this set. So yeah. Then we have Diff. Honestly, I just want to mention one more thing about Mankey right now for my draft, and really in this draft league in general. Since Mienfoo is banned in this draft, this is probably the second closest thing to Mienfoo in throughout the whole draft, I'd say. Which is why I was really, really pushing for this mon. Like, I needed this mon to get any kind of leverage with my draft. So that's why I felt pretty good about this mon, and I still do. This mon is very good. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with this pick still. And then we had Diff. So Diff was weird for me, right? I could have done anything I wanted with Diff for this team. Or for this team for this week. I could have made it like a rocker if I wanted to. I could have made it like band, or I could have made it like a subset or anything really. But I decided to go choice band with it because, or even like a defensive set too. But I decided to go like choice band with it because I feel like, again, like I said in the beginning, I wanted to be aggressive as I can against that draft because, again, defensively they have ways to cover for Diglett and Pumpkaboo. And Pumpkaboo is like one of the better checks to Diglett in this tier, or in LC in general. So yeah, I'm pretty much trying to cover everything else with Diglett outside of Pumpkaboo with EQ and whatnot. Sucker Punch covers for it too, but again, it doesn't like kill it or anything. It just keeps it like low enough. Rock Slide and Rock Tomb pretty much were there for speed control. Well, Rock Tomb was there for speed control. Rock Slide was there to hit Fletchling and also cover for Growlithe, but you EQ that anyway. But really everything you kind of Diglett kind of just EQs everything that's not Growlithe or not Pumpkaboo or Fletchling. So that's pretty much what I was more concerned about. But I was also concerned about Fletchling because Fletchling really was a problem for my team if BD went down. But yeah. Then we have Die. Die's Choice Bandit too. So again, like I said, I'm going hella aggressive on this for this first week. So Dino was my way to really break down that core. Their team, they don't really have a good check to Dino in general. So like Dark and Dragon Stab just go nuts on this draft. So that's why I was like, you know what? It's Dino time. So it's Dino time. So Dino was the one I wanted to pick was the one I was like really pushing for to just start being aggressive. So Choice Band, Hustle Boosted Crunch, and Outrage is pretty free as long as I land, of course. Which luckily we did. Luckily, actually, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna say that Die did a lot more than she needed to. But yeah, then we have Superpower, which is there to cover for Munchlax. Again, Crunch and Outrage do about the same anyway. Outrage doing obviously more, but Superpower, hits things more super effectively and whatnot. But yeah, again, Superpower was also there to cover for Snorlax, not Snorlax, to cover for Die or for Munchlax. But yeah, Crunch and Outrage did about the same anyway. And yeah. And again, I also still have like Mankey, which doesn't have to worry about missing close combat too. So yeah. Then we have Not. The Why Not going to be running a Encore set with Tickle, Safeguard, and Counter. So this was one of my ways to cover for the physical attacker season. I was more worried about Munchlax really than the special attackers on their team. But again, Munchlax is really something I was like considering a lot because again, if I don't break through Munchlax, or I mean like everything else, I have like pretty good odds in handling outside of Munchlax. But Munchlax definitely could have been problematic. Had I not, if I don't have something to really like cover for it. But yeah, we're going to be running Encore, Tickle, Safeguard, and Counter. So Encore is there to lock my opponent into a move, which can open up for Monkey Man or whatnot. Tickle is there to lower my opponent's attack and defense, which means we have like an opening with again Monkey Man or with Die. Safeguard is there, so that way we don't have to worry about getting status. Again, I already have Aromatherapy, so it's kind of counterintuitive running both Safeguarding and Aromatherapy, but whatever at that time. And then Counter is there to cover for the physical attackers, so we just would just hit whatever we can back with Counter and just apply pressure at that point. So yeah, this one was more special defensive, which again is weird that I'm running Counter with it, but again at the time I was more concerned about the physical attackers, which is why I didn't really go with Counter, which is why I didn't go with Mirror Coat. Mirror Coat would have been pretty good as well, but again, I decided to just commit with this instead, and yeah, that's pretty much how this team went down, or how this draft, or how my team for this week went down. And yeah, so let's dive in and let's get this game underway. So turn one, we got BD versus Hippo. So this is a good lead for me because I can burn things. I could burn this. I could go for rocks. I could knock off whatever I want. So BD is a pretty good mon in the lead slot right now. So I decided to just go for Scald here because it covers for it, and potentially we can get a burn. We didn't get a burn on that turn, but they go for their rocks. So we trade rocks at this point as I get my rocks here on the switch into Pumpkaboo. So Pumpkaboo being in here, I only have one switch in, which is Marijuana. So I have to go Marijuana here as they go for Seed Bomb. So they go for Seed Bomb there, and I'm going to knock this thing off because at this point, I don't see Snivy sweeping. I just don't. This mon's a threat, and so is Fletchling. I'm going to knock this thing off so that way Dino can pressure it a little bit harder. And also, I don't want to deal with, burning or this thing being like a wisp Pumpkaboo or whatnot. So I knock here. I get rid of the Eviolite. We do a decent chunk to it. But yeah, we have to pretty much get bodied here by the Poltergeist, and there goes Marijuana. So I lose Marijuana, but it's okay. I'm clean now. I go die. I bring in Die, and I could pretty much I can just crunch here if I want to. Crunch is free on everything, so it's Outrage, and I decided to do that. So Growlithe is the only mon that can come in here, and we're gonna get intimidated off, but we miss Crunch, so that definitely sucks. I have to go right back into my boy BD, so I bring BD back in as they go for Play Off on the turn. I honestly thought they'd go for Close Combat, which is why I was like a little. I think I might have thought about that a little bit. I probably did. Or I guess maybe I didn't then. But yeah, they could have went for Close Combat. But luckily they went for Play Rough. So with them going for Play Rough, I can actually take that a little bit better and whatnot. But yeah, I can just bring in BD, and I can go for a Rock Blast here pretty safely. So yeah, they do lower my defense, but we do get the +1 or the +2 boost, and now I can go for Rock Blast here. And if we land, then we get damage on Pumpkaboo. And if we do, and again, we missed there, unfortunately, so I have to switch back and go into Mankey. They did apologize, but it's okay, I don't really care. They go for Leech Seed on the turn, and now what I can do is go for Bulk Up here as they bring in Growlithe, and that was a no-no. That was a no-no, because I'm Defiant boosted, baby. I'm Defiant. I get a Bulk Up here, and we get to kill Growlithe. So Growlithe's going to go down here since they have no other switch in, so that goes down. And now they can bring in Fletchling, which is most likely Gale Wings. So yeah, I have to switch out here and not deal with this thing. So I go Kabuto here as they go for their Tailwind. And like I said, this thing is a threat. I don't want to deal with it. But them going for Tailwind was interesting. I thought maybe they'd just be aggressive anyway and just attack me. But nah, they decided to make this call instead to open up for something else in the back, which is, as the U-turn is going to be the Wailmer. I go for Knockoff here, and we're able to knock off the Choice Specs. When I saw Choice Specs, I was just like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. But yeah, I was not feeling that. So I had to keep, again, like I said, I got to keep BD alive. I needed it for Fletchling still. And this is my only check to this mon now. Nothing else can really take on Fletchling outside of this. Well, I mean, Why Not can as well. But Fletchling could do some stuff. But it seems like with they just going for Tailwind and U-turn, maybe it's just a more utility kind of Fletchling, but again, I don't know. Maybe Kunki will tell me in the video or whatnot. or in the comments or whatnot. But yeah, I go why not here, or I go not here as they go for Scald. Scald doing 36% to me. They go for Scald again, doing 46%. So again, these rolls are really crazy in Little Cup. We go for Safeguard here because I'm not trying to get burned. We go for Water Spout. It does a really good chunk to me, but I can just Encore it, lock it in, and pretty much I decide to go die here. And we can take the Water Spout, surprisingly. So we do take it, because it has been weakened. I can go for Outrage here, and I kill Fletchling. So that is one major threat out the way. And now, pretty much at this point, with me getting rid of Fletchling, there really isn't too much to fear. Besides potentially, potentially me missing. There's that. But yeah, pretty much at this point, all I have to do is just land as much as I can. So I'm just gonna let Die go off, and Die is landing Outrages, which is good. We unfortunately get a 2-turn, but that's alright. So if Die can break through for one more, then we could potentially knock out this Pumpkaboo. So let's see if Die can do it. And unfortunately, she couldn't do it. So so Cookie goes for the Trick Room, sets up Trick Room now, and I gotta let Die go down. So Die is gonna drop. And now what I can do is bring in Why Not here. And Why Not is slower under Trick Room, so I can actually go for an Encore on this thing, or even like weaken it. So I go for Tickle here. I went Tickle because I wanted to make sure that when Mankey comes in, it'll be able to take any hit from this thing, and we can just bulk up anyway to secure the win. So that's what I do. Again, weakening this thing. So now what I can do here is go into Monkey Man as they go for their Leech Seed first, and I go for my bulk up right now. And now I know that again this thing is -1 in attack, -1 in defense. I mean the -1 in attack is definitely the bigger deal here, but they cannot kill me with anything. So what they can do is they can go for a Poltergeist. It's going to do a lot to me still at 45, but now our Berry Juice goes off, I aggro it, and pretty much that's the game. We outspeed Whalmer, and we also just body the fuck out of Munchlax, and that is going to be GG to Kunkey for week 1 of the SOS Little Cup Draft League. So GG to my opponent Kunkey. Again, they played really well. It was just interesting the way how they played Fletchling. And again, and Pumpkaboo. I really thought that Fletchling would be more aggressive here. Like if it was like an SD set, we probably got bodied. I mean, again, I had what's it called? I still had Kabuto, but still, it definitely could have went on wrong. It could have went for a wrong turn if this was an offensive one. But luckily, it was like a support one, so we managed to get through it barely. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. I'm going to try and do some more Draft League stuff in the future, so again, be on the lookout for that. I'm in 2 other Draft Leagues right now. If you guys want me to do those other 2 Draft Leagues and recover them as well, I possibly could, but that's going to be a lot. And then I got to do Draft League, then I got to do like reviews for those teams as well, or for those drafts as well. I don't know, man. But let me know what you guys want, and I'll see what I can do with it. But yeah, it's gonna be that for week 1. Week 2, the schedule's already set for week 2, so I already know who my week 2 opponent is. But I don't think we actually play until the following week, because week 1 ends on July 3rd. So I gotta wait a little bit until week 2, unless I can play early. But it seems like I'm probably gonna have to wait until week 2 starts. So that's gonna be the case. So if that's the case, I'll just chill for a little bit and focus on some other stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be that. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all for some more Draft League content, as well as Pokemon Showdown Lives content and other stuff I do on my channel. Be safe, wash your hands, and peace out.